people, stay dandy, baby. Emma, Ray, and the other children are making their way out into the wastelands of the demon world to find the mysterious place where William Minerva has been hiding this entire time. Will they find it? Will they survive? And what will be left of them? Hello, my friends, and welcome to another review of The Promised Neverland, a show that is still one of my favorite this season. I'm really just loving the development of every single episode, and this one certainly has a number of really great surprises. First and foremost, it looks like our time with Mujika and Sanjo is probably going to be at an end, and that's kind of disappointing. I do think that we are going to see the return of these characters again, if only for the fact that they're featured so heavily in the promotional material for this season, and the fact that I just want to learn a little bit more about the demon world and their culture overall, especially when it comes to these religious heathens amongst the demons themselves. But they do have a tearful farewell with Emma and the entire group, with Mujika saying goodbye to Emma and leaving her a sacred amulet of some kind, which is supposedly going to give her good luck. I'm sure there's more importance to what this item is or what it's going to do, but it remains to be seen. What is interesting about this scene, however, that is as soon as Emma and all of the other children make their way into these wastelands where they're going to try and find William Minerva, Sanju ends up bringing the fact that he actually does want to eat these children. He wants to break free from the restraints of what it means to not eat people anymore, except that he doesn't want to go about it in the typical way of picking up food from the farm. He wants these children to breed naturally in the wild. He wants them to procreate, create more people so that he can properly hunt them in a natural setting. And that's kind of disturbing. We see a side of Sanju that we've never seen before. He lets out this big giant glass cow smile, which honestly just looks utterly terrifying, seeing a more animalistic and crazy side of himself. Now, while he does have the desire to actually eat humans, he's still not going to try and harm these children. In fact, he's actually going to continue to protect them, as there's a scene about halfway through the episode where all those demon hunters are still looking for the kids. He goes into the forest and he ends up fucking up one of their freaking like weird horse demons by decapitating it instantly. There's no words, no dialogue. It's simply just pure, brutal action, and it's awesome. The rest of the episode pumps its brakes just a little bit as Emma and the other children make their way through this mysterious wasteland, where eventually they do find the coordinates of where they're supposed to be, where they're going to find William Minerva, and he's nowhere to be found. They're just in the middle of the desert. There's no answers to anything. Luckily, William has left them all of these mysterious things behind to try and find him, and through the use of that weird pen and going through a little bit of the decryption process, they actually find out that there's this hidden door that they're able to go down into, and they end up finding this secret bunker, which is essentially a shelter that was created by William Minerva for all of these children to find. Essentially, it's a safe house, and it's the perfect type of environment for them because it's very similar to what they grew up in. They have beds, showers, baths, kitchens, and even a frigging garden. Basically, it's the perfect place for them to survive and to thrive as they wait for their perfect opportunity to escape and make it with all of the other humans. And most of the episode follows them as they discover this facility, turning on the lights for the first time, and realizing that they're the first people to actually be here in quite some time. And things are honestly really good for them as they manage to adapt to the situation, finding out all of the secret places that exist here, such as a library, including a secret room which is behind a piano which has to be played. This is some weird Resident Evil type shit where you have to play the piano to open the secret door, but it's interesting as William is just as mysterious as this place actually is, as we still don't actually see him. We don't have a visual image to associate him with yet, but the fact of the matter is the kids are safe and they finally have somewhere where they can be safe. The thing is, though, the episode does manage to end with a bit of a creepy cliffhanger as they discover two secret rooms. One of them, which is covered with all of this graffiti, including one large piece of text which reads "help," which means some bad stuff probably went down in this place, and even more disturbing is the fact that they end up finding a phone which starts to ring. Emma picks it up, and frankly, it just ends in a nice shock value. We don't know who's on the other end of the line. All I know is shit about to get real. On top of all of this, they actually do manage to find all of these radios which allow them to sort of intercept all the different farms, which is going to be really important as Emma not only wants to save everyone from their original orphanage, but pretty much every other children who is on these specific farms as well. So this is going to be instrumental in finding them, saving the day, hopefully kids don't end up getting turned into a friggin' sandwich. So what's the rundown on the latest episode of The Promised Neverland? A very simple episode with some very big results. There's a lot of things to talk about in this episode. I've mentioned most of them right here, but I think the biggest development, of course, is getting able to find this secret bunker, this shelter, which is going to allow them to survive. I'm imagining this is going to be home base for a while and might even be one of the key locations of this season. I don't know how long they're planning on actually staying here, or if this is just like, you know, going to be sort of just a little one stop and then we're going to move on. With everything they discover by the end of the episode, things seem like they're going to get a little more intense, especially with that phone call and discovering that creepy room which has the writing all over the walls. It paints this place in a completely different picture and makes it seem as if maybe it's not as safe as they initially thought. We're going to have to wait and honestly see. I think, though, I want to learn more about the demon world itself. That's the thing that got me so excited about this season, was how we were breaking free from the orphanage, from the farm, to actually see how this world is going to function. And the introduction of Sanju and Mujika I thought was done so well, and I was really hoping that they were actually going to stay with the kids, but no, it looks like they're going to be taking a little bit of a break from them, as I just want to learn more about the history of the demons and the humans and why there's so much tension between them in the first place. The series is still rife in terms of wanting to develop its world and how it can actually do that, and it hasn't quite reached its full potential quite yet. But I do love that this journey is continuing and that they're actually making some really solid progress. And again, you know, the series could get really annoying because it's bogged down by a cast of children, and they could all be whining and crying and being annoying the entire time, but they're taking everything in stride. The fact that they've been running through a demon-filled forest, they're running around in the desert, you'd imagine that there'd be a lot of bitching and it would get really annoying. Imagine Mario from Yoshi's Island constantly crying. That's what you would really expect from the show, but no, these kids continue to be complete and total hardasses as they make their way through this monstrous environment, and you can see that every single time they find a clue or some sort of hint as to how they're going to get closer to the human world, or there's like some hope on the horizon, that it always manages to fuel them. There's some really good, strong family energy in this series, and honestly is what I think manages to carry it the entire time. The amazing dynamic between all of these characters and their ability to never give up in the face of monstrous and frankly hungry adversity, that adversity being the demons themselves. So yeah, pretty solid episode, which again, like the series, always manages to have a pretty good cliffhanger ending, the perfect hook to watch the next episode. Can't wait to see it all play out. Otherwise, I really enjoyed this one. I'm going to give this episode a 4 out of 5. I thought it was another solid episode from the series. I didn't mention the production value, but again, I still think it manages to look really good with the character design. The world itself is kind of it's kind of bland. It's basically just like a giant desert. That's like my only major complaint about the episode. I was just kind of hoping for a more ridiculous and crazy environment for the kids to actually be in, but I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more as it actually goes on, and still, again, the series manages to be carried by its characters, so in that sense, I'm willing to kind of look the other way, but I am hoping for some more lush and interesting environments. You know, after the cool demon-filled forest and the caverns and everything, this one just seems kind of plain here, but we'll just have to wait and see. I don't want to judge it too much entirely. What I will say is I'm still getting a ton of enjoyment from it, and I hope you are too, and you've heard my thoughts about the episode. I really want to hear yours. Make sure to sound off in the comment section below telling me what you thought about the latest episode of The Promised Neverland, the big developments of the series as they've discovered William Minerva's shelter and what's going to be happening in the future of the series. Sound off, comment section below. Let's talk all about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Please subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. If you did like this video, please make sure to take out your secret decoder pin to hit that like button. Helps out these videos tremendously, ensures more people can see my content. I also want to take this time to thank all of my patrons. You guys are freaking incredible watching my videos, commenting on them, and of course making those monthly donations. I can't thank you enough for that. Remember, first-time donators, I'll review an anime series of your choice, and I will add your name to this super awesome list of super awesome people, the producers of Ace Guru. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay dandy, baby.